Good night and welcome to another episode of Reason with Ashleigh-Ann. Look here, it cannot be a show for Reason with Ashleigh-Ann. I would have some bit of accident. So anybody who catch that a while ago, so sorry. As you come in, just tell me where you're connecting from. I'm connecting from the beautiful city of Kingston, Jamaica, right? And I'm going right away to pull up the live on the other device so I can see who is live. Please tell me where you are connecting from. Tonight we are talking about a very important topic, as you can see with the caption. But before we get to that, you know, if this is the first time that you're watching Reason with Ashleigh-Ann, it is a weekly show that I do right here on Jamaicans.com Facebook page. Big up to Jamaicans.com for this opportunity. And the reason I do it, it's a current affairs discussion show for Jamaicans and people who are interested in understanding what is happening in Jamaica or what is happening to Jamaicans, right? And want to share their views on trending topics, right? It's an interactive show, so me attack and you attack and we are share. We are learning together through this discussion, right? I am a journalist. I've been a journalist for 6 years now, and I've been broadcasting on Jamaicans.com Facebook page, writing for them for at least almost 3 years. Alright, so right away I am seeing Laverne from the UK, first time. Hi, thank you for joining. I also see Niti or Niti, right? Or Nettie from Maryland. Hi Aya. Aya is here live and she is connecting from Boogie Down Bronx. I am great. Hi Keisha Gay from Brooklyn. So if it is that you are an international student, a Jamaican student currently in the US, please comment below and just tell me, how are you receiving the information that is being shared by the US authorities with regards to their new policy on immigration? Well, if you do not know exactly what I'm talking about, late June, the US pronounced that student visas will be, well, they have instituted a new policy on student visas. Basically, they are suspending student work visas for now, right? And where it is that, and I want to be very clear when I'm sharing this information, so where it is that a student who is attending a university in the US, where it is that the university has gone online, so all the classes are now remote, that international student would be expected to return home. So his or her visa would be revoked. I want to read exactly what I got from the article, the news article. So a decision by the United States Federal Immigration Authorities was made to revoke the visas of international students whose colleges offer only online courses this fall, and in Jamaica would call fall like September, October. You can correct me if I'm wrong, right? They have left Jamaicans studying in America worried about their educational and financial future. Let me tell you something. I went on the student work and travel program, so let me tell you, say, I know about the benefits, I know about the challenges, I can tell you about it. But I'm pretty sure that there are so many Jamaicans who are disheartened about what is happening right now in the US. If it is that you're a Jamaican student who had plans to go overseas and probably work some money this summer so that you could offset some of your school expenses, please comment below and let me know what exactly are your plans now. Because where we are right now with the, based on what the US is saying, is that we have to figure out how we're going to survive. How are we going to survive as students, as Jamaicans who used to or is benefiting from educational or financial resources in the US. All right, Shari said first time watching. Thank you for joining. Melissa says hi from Duluth. Duluth? Did I pronounce that correctly? Norma watching from Toronto, Canada. Toronto in the building. Marlon from New Jersey. All right, so let us get straight to it. Now, in the article, clearly the future, educational and financial future of so many Jamaicans are currently in crisis. And the reason I'm saying this is it's no matter of economics, right? It is no matter of economics, because if you're going to say to me as a Jamaican student who has already made so much preparation to be in the US to study, that I have to go back on my yard if my university gone online, you are just going to drive me up the wall crazy. And if you think that what I'm saying is rubbish, please comment below and let me know. But I think it's just not a matter of economics, and the challenges will be primarily economic challenges, right? First of all, and from the discussions that I've been having with friends overseas, as well as what I've been reading, the first thing that we're going to look at is that online or remote learning, right? It's expensive for some people. It is expensive, and why I say that, for some degree programs, online or remote learning would mean now that you would need to access certain software remotely, right? So usually you would probably have it at school, physical classes, you would have access to it. They would probably have a computer lab or whatever software that you're using. Now you'd have to get that on your own. I know as a media, when I was a media student, there were so many software that me could not afford. So I had to literally make myself to school every single day, even on weekends, to get some of my assignments done. What gonna happen to some of the people them who, like, even somebody who study like engineering and computer science, who definitely depend on the resources of the US? What mechanisms and is it now that, and I want to read a quote for you that I found in one of the articles. It says the rule change touches on a nerve, right? That has been agitated throughout the pandemic. How remote education shapes what we can learn, and more importantly, who can have the opportunity to learn. And the reason I'm sharing that with you is that there are so many challenges that we're already facing in third world countries, including Jamaica, right? That prevents us from offering more opportunities for remote learning. So if you tell somebody who already invested time, effort, and money to study in the US to come back to your yard, that is kind of just crazy. That's how I see it. That is exactly how I see it, right? And I want to hear what are your thoughts, how you feel about it. You understand? If it is that you are a student who is affected by this, I want to know what you are thinking. All right, so another reason that it's a matter of economics now, what also have to recognize, and I don't think the US and the US authorities get it, in Jamaica there are still so many communities that do not have reliable access to the internet. Internet connectivity is not island wide. So when you tell me say I must go back to my yard because my school is now online, why me can't access my school? Is it that I'm gonna have to defer my degree program? If I'm on a scholarship, what am I gonna do? So I think that consideration should have been made as well, right? There's also the consideration of some people already pay them rent for the month. When I was attending university, I went to the University of the West Indies, right? You Pelican here. When I attended, I ensured, and my parents ensured as well, that during the summertime, I would try to get some work done, or we basically save up money to pay off or to prepare for the expenses, right? Especially the huge expenses like hall fee or dorm fee. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Makeda is coming. Hall fee or dorm fee, right? So you have some people who actually paid their rent already. So you're telling me now, all right, just a minute. Makeda is in the building. So you are telling me that now I will have to what? Lose all that money? Because for some landlords, you understand, they may just see it as, hey, I already spent off. So I can probably give you a refund, but it won't be 100%. You have some people who made the decision. So you see, once I'm in the US, I'm not going home until I'm finished my degree program because I don't have any money to travel back. So is it that the US has put in mechanisms, and I'm in Jamaica, so I'm asking all of these questions because I'm not physically there. I'm not hearing, I haven't seen any way forward for the plight of international students in the US. So you can enlighten me if it is that you know differently. Aya says, I don't know much about student visa and student coming or going abroad to learn, so I'm just listening and learning from you. I came to US and did all my schooling here from 5th grade up, and that's lovely, Aya. That is lovely that you are not in that situation now. But just imagine a student, especially somebody who maybe his or her family member doesn't have it like that, meaning where they live in Jamaica, there isn't any provisions for them to come back and study here. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So to me, I think we really, even though we aren't getting much options, right? I think especially as older Jamaicans, we need to start reaching out to our young Jamaicans and finding out what's the next step for you guys. In addition to the student visas, right? People on student visas, student work visas now. Let me tell you about that work and travel day. I don't know if any of you have ever been on on student work and travel in the US, but I have friends who have returned to the island, bought vehicle, paid down on houses, started businesses, started families, here Makeda, started families, planned weddings, executed weddings, do a host of things. The point I'm making, they made so much money in the US, they were able to take care of a lot of things that they originally couldn't take care of, right? Including their tuition. So let me not forget that most of them decide to go on the student work program so that they're able to cover their yearly expenses. So my question is, and another thing, let me tell you something based on my experience. There are so many remote communities in the US that depend on international student workers, and if you know that to be true, please comment below. I remember in my time in 2014, look here, the whole town depended on international students. So what that meant is that when we left like August, September, you would have basically what you call it now, like a brain drain then. You understand? Like the whole town would just go bleak. Seriously, where I was, because most of the time the international students are placed in remote areas where the population is very low. So my question is, what is going to happen to the economy of those small towns in the US, right? Pretty Louise Rose says, in the meanwhile, I have to be prepared for returning home if possible, or try to change my status in the US. Pretty Louise also said, my university is challenging the decision in court. Wow. I didn't know you could challenge the decision. I didn't know that. Wow. Well, I must commend the universities, and if you don't mind stating university, I must commend the universities that are making provision to stay open at this time so that them give international students an opportunity to figure things out. But look here, Jamaicans overseas, let us think about who plan to go overseas to work, let us think about what we're going to do to go forward. My suggestion, I know friends who weren't able to come up with the 200 and odd thousand to go on the work program, and they stayed in Jamaica summertime and seek internship opportunities. If it means to probably do things part-time so you can dedicate all your time here because they're not giving you enough money, you understand, but just so that you can build on your resume so that at the end of your degree program at least you have experience, you understand. If it's even that, I know also that Jamaicans are one of the most innovative people in this world, and I think it's an opportunity for us to really look into some entrepreneurial ventures, right? There are so many new industries. New opportunities are mostly new. So there are new avenues of earning that are being opened up online, especially now given the pandemic. And I'm not going to discredit the fact that the US is taking this step because of the pandemic. I completely understand that due to the impact of the pandemic on the US and the US health system, you know, they're taking these steps. But look here, with every step that you make, there are repercussions, there are consequences. You understand? It may be a situation where another large nation is going to benefit from that big sweep of international students who are being turned out from the US. You understand? Aya says it's really sad. They should let them stay and finish the schooling abroad and do some kind of job thing for at least 5 years. Well, I was reading up on it, and there's a graduate program that some international students can apply to, which allows them to work in the US, I believe, to up to three years, right? Before they have to go back home. That's a cut out too. So my thing is, you see, all the businesses that benefited from international students, not only Jamaicans, but international students in the US, what is going to happen to them? Because there wouldn't be job opportunities for international students if the need wasn't there now. So how is it that the US is going to address that need? That's my question, right? If it is that you're just joining this live, my name is Ashleigh-Ann, and this is the Reason with Ashleigh-Ann show. It's a show that I do on Jamaicans.com every week, right? And the intention is for us to have a discussion, interactive discussion on current affairs, Jamaican current affairs. So sometimes it's about things that's happening in the island, or it's something that directly, or something internationally that directly impacts Jamaicans. In this case, as you see with the caption, we are talking about what's next for Jamaicans studying in the US and those who had planned to work in the US, especially for this summer, right? So if it is that this is the first time that you're watching, let me know what your thoughts and where you're connecting from. Laverne says, the current mood coming out of the US is not to support people of color. Are you thinking US is worrying about the education of non-Americans? Education is so important to us, but we can't, okay, hold on, we can't expect anything until the administration changes. Well, I believe election is close by, so guys who are eligible to vote, unless I reach, because I mean, if it is that their economy depends so heavily on international students, don't you, are international or immigrants, why is it that we're getting such a big fight? Why are we getting such a big fight, right? Heather says, California sued the Trump administration Thursday to challenge a new policy that would deprive foreign students of their US visas if their fall classes are held solely online. Alright, so I thank you for that information, Heather. But my question is, alright, them sue them, but what happened right now? Like right now, what is going to happen to international students, especially Jamaicans who are right now in the US? hoping to complete their degree program. The reality is that right here in Jamaica now, we are still being faced with the impact of the pandemic, you understand? And the situation here is not all flowers and sunshine. We're still making steps to bring our economy back. So to me, it's like you're dumping, okay, we don't want you here, so go back to your country. You're dumping on us, and it's us that you're benefiting from, you understand? But my message, I don't know what you guys can say. I want to know what suggestions you would offer them. My suggestion is, one, if it is that you are a Jamaican student studying in the US right now, you must know your status. You must know whether or not your university is deciding to move completely online. If it is that they're doing, as I see, a hybrid program for some universities are trying to experiment with the hybrid learning, what should I say no, format. So a mixture of online and physical classes will, of course, with the social distancing being practiced. You need to know your status. The next thing is, if you have to come home, come. We're not turning back. We're not turning it back. If it is that you need to transfer university, start now. Because I think this is the start of the new normal for the world. And we as young people, I can speak because, I'm still young. We as young people need to adapt fast. And I think the slower it takes us to get a grip of what is happening, it's going to be harder for us. I want to know if you guys agree with me or not. Heather says, like you said, the international students are a big money driver, and the universities are in trouble and are scrambling to stop this. I don't know if they can. I don't have confidence in the university's ability to stop it. I think somebody had mentioned that somebody sued the Trump administration. I want to know what next. We hear that, but what is gonna happen? What does that mean for the status of international students in the US, right? I can tell you, for those who have invested in the work and travel program, what they have to do right now is to request a refund from their sponsoring agency. So their agency can't give them back the whole of their money. They have to take back 75% of it. So they have to accept that. And what's so funny, right? Some of them took loans for this. So the 75% that they're getting back, will not cover the cost of their loan. So right away, say you have to be looking out for something or some opportunity, job opportunity or entrepreneurial opportunity to earn some money. I understand the frustration. I understand how overwhelming it is. If it is that you're in that situation, especially as a parent of a Jamaican student in the US, take a few minutes to breathe. Take a few minutes to breathe, because as I was saying before, it's our new normal now, and whether we want to accept it or not, it's how the world will continue to operate. I think we're going to be very insular for a very long time before we get to get back to the space where we are sharing and caring on a global scale. And it's sad, but I think the pandemic, one of the nastiest habits or practice that have come out of the pandemic is this diamond for thyself kind of behavior. And it's sad. It's sad for me, but it is the reality. You understand? I really want to hear what you guys, really want to see what you guys are saying. Henry says, what about those who are ripping off the students? Hey, Henry, just touch on one corn there. that I do not want to talk about. The last time I talked about a student work and travel company that was ripping off students. That's for another live. But for those who are doing that, you understand, try give back the people them money. Okay? And that also bring up another point. Students and parents of university students, please don't research anything that your child is investing in and want to be a part of. Make sure so you know the ins and outs of it. So you see, even that refund thing that they're supposed to be getting, make sure you know how much money is that 75% and when you're going to get it back. So we just cut down on the ripping off. Henry, I touch one big con. We're not telling no lie. Heather says this means money to USA. It is not about us. They want the money. But Heather, my thing is this. Yes, the US want the money, but throwing out, I don't have the figures with me now, right? But throwing out a large percentage, if I can say that, a large percentage of your student population, right, for tertiary institution, isn't that throwing out money out of the US? Because what you know, as an international student, you know, so you pay more in tuition fee, in hall fee, in comparison to residents and citizens of the country. Yup, you do. So what are you going to say? What justification do you have? And the justification, as they say, I understand it. The pandemic, and you understand they want to keep them. They want to reduce the numbers. And they want to ensure as much as possible that they can get a hold or grip of the pandemic. But while I understand that the consequences of it, I just think that we didn't have to get here first. So in responding to Heather, I don't think it's primarily money. I think it's more than that. Because if it's money, then look at as I was telling you, for the student work program. Alright, let me give you my example. When I was working on the student work program, right? Wow, almost out of time. When I was working on the student work program, the company that I was working with, right? They usually have let me see if I think 12-hour shift. 12-hour shift. You see, when we start work there, guess how many hours? The restaurant became a 24-hour restaurant. And guess who worked the graveyard shifts? Comment below. So when you remove that opportunity to earn more, right? Aren't you taking money from the US? That's just my reasoning. I don't know if you guys see it differently. Okay, so Makeda believes that it is taking money from the US. I won't be here for much longer. And I really do appreciate your interaction every week, right? I also want you to do something for me, and it's something that you did last week that I really, really appreciated. Share this video. And let us continue the conversation on your Facebook page, on your Facebook profiles, in your discussion groups. Invite me in and let us talk about it. If it is that there is a topic that you'd like for me to discuss on Reason with Ashleigh-Ann, send me a message. I'm on Facebook. Search for Ashleigh-Ann Mott, my Facebook page, and let's talk. Right? I'm also on Instagram at @a_Mott and Twitter at Instagram at @Mott and Twitter @_Mott. I'm also on YouTube, but I want some suggestions for YouTube name. What would you think my YouTube name should be? I'm going to change that up, and whatever you guys give me as my YouTube name, I think I'm going to use it for Instagram as well. I'm tired of people call me Amawat. So I won't be here for much longer. Really want to big up all of you guys who participated in the discussion today, right? Henry said no, some of the company are using free labor. Wow, that's what you're talking about. Well, my response is you have to go wise up. If you want to work for free, especially at this time, then I don't know, kudos to you. Kudos to you. If it is that it is a resume building opportunity, a skills training opportunity, sure, but free work? No. When we pay so much for light and water? Look here, until next time, come reason with me.